does it show country as USA? Oh, because track.
Because they just changed. They know also
It's because of the track.
they
It's Long Beach is in the USA.
Yeah, why did it say country USA? Because we're in the USA. That's a you issue.
I'm fucking confused. Yes, it's definitely a me issue.
So everyone's flag has changed, and seen at least one person run Antarctica.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the new flag change thing that happened. Where let's see, let's go see flags. Let's do that. Let's put this up. Let's see. No one has their flag except for Jessica. No one has set their flags except for Jessica.
Should be a mandatory thing to do.
No, I've only got one showing up on timing and scoring, and that's Jessica's. But it's SDK. Who knows?
Yeah, I see. Daniel's on his profile. Caitlin's is. Manuel's is.
Right. It's Manuel, by the way, not Manuel. But that's no big deal.
I keep thinking about Europeans.
Well, he's actually has Spanish descent,
Manuel.
And then we're here in Texas, which is half Mexican, so he gets called Manuel a lot. It doesn't really bother him, but it does me.
What's correct?
Manual, like a
manual.
Like a manual, like an instruction manual.
Oh, we are hot mic live right now, by the way.
We're what?
We're hot mic live right now, by the way. I wasn't aware.
But we're not live on YouTube or anything.
We are hot mic live on the Twitch right
now. Oh. Not. Did it start on its own?
I know that we're on their Twitch somehow.
Oh, well. All right, then.
Glad I didn't get myself into disrepute in any exciting, fun way.
Yeah, well, I didn't do anything either, did I? I could have. Well, welcome, boys and girls.
Good. Yeah, good afternoon and happy Pride to the second half of the Rainbow Racing F4 Championship. We're here at Long Beach, home of the wall and home of the spin. We're in the middle of California, and these walls are going to become our very good friends if the uneven terrain doesn't. 10 minutes through practice, 10 minutes through qualifying even, and drivers are already learning quite a bit about the brutality of this track. It's a series of back-to-back 90-degree turns into roundabouts, into 90-degree turns again, and that ground is anything but flat. Jim Cunningham alongside me, Howie Burrows here as ever, after realizing that we ended up live by accident. I don't press all the buttons, unfortunately. How are you doing after all the trouble and strife?
Well, I'm wonderful. Oh, yeah, we're live on Facebook as well. I mean, on YouTube as well. Hey, everyone, how you doing?
We were having a great discussion over how to say your son's name. It's very important.
Yes, we were. It is important, and he'll enjoy that we spent the time on that. Probably not, but still. Okay. Manual, that's correct.
Okay, so yeah, it's like normal, traditional sort of English reading. It just throws you off the game.
Yes, well, the problem is, like I said, Hispanic culture, anytime you're near Hispanic culture, that's pronounced Manuel. So he's pretty much his whole life been called Manuel. All right, well.
And here I am to add to the experience.
Yes,
Looks like we have 5 here today. Very another little last-minute technical issue getting in our way. But a lot of our driver classics, 1 or 2, just a little bit busy. Majors 24 running very, very, very close to this. So Jessica's got enough going on right now. Let me put it like that. And even seeing 5 cars going around here might make it look like LA traffic.
Yeah, not quite. Oh, LA traffic. That's quite interesting. Um, yeah, well, of course we had 6 earlier. I think we might have accidentally lost one, and we had some session issues where we had to change over. Um, let's see, what am I doing? Don't mind me, folks.
This is your time to relax. This is your time to settle in while
Yeah.
everything happens around you and the open qualifying finishes out. Second time drivers have had to qualify around here, so you have to say one thing: they've learned the track very well. That's not going to stop them, in my experience. I've loved every car I've taken around here. The F4 car,
Oh yeah.
among many. But open wheel cars get scary against those walls. They really, really do. I find the back-to-back turns of this place absolutely addictive on any a good day. And this marks the second half of the season being kicked off. We have 5 more races. If I can work out the maths on that. And we're kicking it off here at an all-time favourite. How he complains about the track corner is not due on this moment.
I love Long Beach. It's to me it's I come from a sports car racing background. That's where I cut my teeth as far as a race fan, and Long Beach is is a classic between Indy cars and sports cars. So yeah, I love this place.
Of course, rounding out the rest of this season, we're back-to-back for 5 weeks. Long Beach, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, Fuji Speedway, Circuit Zolder, and Thruxton. It's certainly a bit of a freakier half of the season, let me tell you that. There's a couple tracks in there that are going to run a little bit unlike anything else. This is the unforgiving one, though. The walls will teach you how to stay out of them the hard way once you've hit it kind of hard.
Oh,
So if we do end up getting the big one, and when we do end up having a large threat that requires a safety car, we won't be here for hours. So that is not a threat or a promise this time. I'm not quite sure what the procedure is. It was threatened at Spa. We're out of the scary place right now.
So yesterday I did a broadcast. It was a GTE race at Spa. First lap. Guess what? Safety car.
You're sent to purgatory. You're sent to purgatory.
10 minutes of a 40-minute race were eat up with the safety car.
This track's a lot quicker. Very, very short laps. So, thankfully, we're a little lucky. I just witnessed Caitlin Soderholm's rear wing go missing before I return to the pits. Parts of the car just sort of find a way to go places. The next week is the Majors 24. We've stints deliberately set up so that Jessica can make both this race and the Majors 24 stints around there. Obviously, iRacing had to cut their 24-hour race this season. Thank you, Le Mans Ultimate, for your services towards sim racing gaming. You're definitely a contributor in all of our hearts. And that was cruel of me. But they have taken away our 24.
Yeah, well, I'm a huge fan of Le Mans Ultimate. I think that it is already wiped out ACC. So
that was pretty easy to do.
Yeah, ACC had its following, but Le Mans Ultimate has crushed that, and now they're going out of early access next month and going to the regular release edition 1.0. They're giving away the Aston Martin Valkyrie and the AMG Mercedes as additional free content that's going to be available with the release of the new 1.0 version. So
they've also crushed their competition by the mean of exclusive contracts that restrict other sims from running the races they'd like to race. So that's one way. That's one way of doing it. Oh, you're getting petty hours out here today. This early on, yes, I got 3 minutes of it until the race could go. I can go full metal.
Well, to be fair, I mean the game is Le Mans Ultimate. That's we'll see, but
they should prove it by being the ultimate Le Mans and not actually the only one. Makes me think.
You're feisty when you just wake up.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. That one was cooking for all of 30 seconds. I didn't think about whether it was smart. I just thought it's going to happen and it's going to
Yeah.
come out. So,
Smart is a relative term anyway.
yeah, it just sort of like, it's calculated. And by calculated, I mean calculated to be as controversial as possible.
You? Controversial? No.
Never. I've never done that. I've never, ever expressed a spicy opinion in
No.
any conceivable way.
6'7" and spicy.
Yeah, it just hasn't happened. You're not gonna believe that until one day
I'm
you
not,
see
no.
or don't see it in person.
I mean, you're obviously telling me it is true, but I can't imagine you with the time that I've known you, and even the pictures that I've seen. I just can't imagine you being 6'7". I mean, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're not lying about it. It's just
someone half my way could beat me in a fight.
Well, we're not talking about that. I'm just talking about sheer height.
I'm just letting you know, like, how that translates into like important things such as strength.
Well,
and,
somebody half my height can beat me in a fight too. I'm old.
But at my age, that's not right.
No, you are young. That's
You know
true.
that.
That's true. That's all right. You're not a fighter. You're a lover. You're a broadcaster. You're a racer.
I'm like literally, I shout at sim racing. I couldn't
You
be doing
do.
anything less dignified in my time.
You
So
do. Are we gonna have somebody end up in the fountain today?
I hope not. That dolphin looks good and well maintained. I'd quite like to not lose it out there. And the big one will strike at some point, whether we like it or not. Qualifying and literally wrapping up. And the fastest driver of the session is Daniel Farr. Very, very big gaps between some of these. Daniel Farr sits in first with a 1:21.5. Clayton Sanchez is the 1:22.1. Jessica Perry has a 1:25.8. Caitlin Soderholm has a 1:26.244. And Manuel Dodson hasn't hit the track.
Well, he's been out there. He just hadn't got a lap in, apparently.
Is that a good or a bad omen?
With 5 cars, I don't think it matters. He had a decent qualifying time before we had to switch the session over. He was I think he was at like a 23, so he would have been middle of the pack here. So I think he's fine. It's just, this is a tough track, man. It's so easy to catch one of these walls.
Have you been? I mean, like if you've been playing Mario Kart World the last week, you would know that you need to sandbag at the beginning of the race for better items.
Is that what it is? Well, Manuel plays Mario Kart a lot, so maybe he knows that.
Well, I'm enjoying World, so I'm out there on the track, terrifying and tearing people up. First race, 15 minutes.
Yes, and we got the grid up.
And it sounds like we accidentally have 255 fast repairs, which sounds like a good number.
Yes, that's
today.
That's probably about accurate for this place.
That sounds like what we'll need collectively shared among us. Even survivors on this track are welcome. The whole pack is on the grid. The first race of R2 will take 11 laps around here. Daniel Farr is in the 56 on the front row. And we are green. A pretty slow launch from Jessica Perry is going to get her force free wide. Manuel Dodson sends it up the middle. Please, no one wreck on each other hard going into there. Still free going down. Clayton Sanchez beats out Daniel Farr into the straight. But into turn 1, Farr's going to have the inside line. They're holding 2 wide. Jessica Perry actually gets the best of the 3. The other 2 back out at the roundabout. It's Clayton Sanchez making the lead. A better launch and a better turn 1 has donated that to him, but this is a very drafty track.
Yes, it is, and there's not a ton of spaces to pass on this track. So let's see. Last time out, Clayton finally put a full run together where he was able to get out front and maintain the lead, and didn't have any unforced errors, and had a fine showing. I'll be interested to see if he can stay ahead of Daniel like that. Qualifying times would indicate, and practice times would indicate, that Daniel's, for lack of a better term, we'll say significantly quicker. So, we'll see, I guess.
This is the sort of race where you can make one small mistake, and even with a fast repair, that's going to cost you time, and that's going to send you right to the back and right out. Now, this start-finish straight is very, very long, and if you can stay in touch, you can even make a bit of an aggressive dive bomb into turn 1. It's a lot longer than it looks because it is a big turn, but Far's going to stick behind 7/10 for now. Just going to be looking on the rear of Clayton Sanchez throughout and hoping that... I've caught a few oopsies.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, gosh. That's everybody in the field. Except for the leader.
Nah, it's two. The other two were just sort of like had a slow one of it. That happened independently. Okay, so we also lost one of the geese. I'm afraid they're the same looking car to me.
I know they are exactly the same, yeah. So that's Caitlin, I believe, right? Yeah, that's Caitlin. So she wrecked, and then this is Daniel, he was in second place.
And one little slip, little missing of the brake, and then Jessica Perry is in the wrong time and the wrong place and rocks up trying to avoid.
2 cars tore up. Where's Manuel? He's going to get into this too somewhere.
Manuel's alive, but while we were watching replays, did self-spin. So, kept it out the walls. Manuel's going to take home podiums like this. Let me tell you that. We have the 2 geese in second and third right now. Daniel Farr, Jessica Perry sent right back. They will have a fast repair to fix their cars, but they're going to lose laps to just the toe.
Oh, my goodness. This is a mess. All right, let's see. So where are we at? Clayton's way out front now. What does he got? Like just a small little 16-second lead. So now this is going to be interesting. It's battle for second. Clayton, I'm going to leave you because, you're 16 seconds ahead and doing a fine job out there. So the 2 geese will be battling. Well, they are battling, but Manuel is 12 seconds. Why is Manuel 12 seconds behind? Did he spin again?
He just missed the first corner and then almost went into the fountain.
Oh, did he? Come on. All right,
You have to expose your family like this. I'm sorry.
I know.
This is what you sign up for.
There's 5 cars in the race. I don't have a choice. 2 of them are out already. I don't have a choice but to show it, even if I didn't want to. Okay, so you missed turn 1. Yeah. Okay.
And then those tires are on fire.
Oh yeah, they're on fire right now. Oh, and he did run into the fountain.
He almost hit the dolphin.
Oh. All right, well, there we go.
Daniel and Perry rolling out of the pits. Hopefully don't cross that nasty blue line on exit. They're still in it in case someone else does the exact same thing, which, to be honest, is likely even from our leader. It's just so easy to make one slip, even in just 15 minutes around there, and it's hot out here in California.
Yes. Well, so... we talk about having cars spaced out. I don't know that we've quite ever had them this far spaced out. We've got, this is a new level of spaced out. We've got a 20-second gap back to second place, then another 15-second gap back to third. Then we've got a 51-second gap, which is almost a full lap, back to fourth place, and then another 15 seconds behind that to last place. In fact, you can see Daniel Farr.
Did I just hear another car slide?
Oh, yeah, they're sliding all over. Oh.
I heard another car make.
Yeah, you did.
Make good old wall
it was
contact.
just again, unfortunately,
making it a lap around here is immensely hard. This track is significantly easier than Monaco, and that doesn't make it easy by a transitive property. It's just hard. So now you need to think about what the Monegasque drivers have to go through. It was a screen error. The screen went black entering the turn, so that was less of a skill issue and more of a no chance to make it in issue.
Oh, Manuel has
it's definitely hard to run around a street circuit while blind. Let me tell you that.
Yes, yes. Well, that happened to me the other day at I think I was at Spa. I'm not sure, but I believe I was somewhere, and my screens all went black for a few seconds, and yeah, I crashed. So Manuel apparently had another one and had to jump to the pits on that one. Well, to be fair, he got no practice in at all. He logged on. He logged on as qualifying started.
Manuel's incident was pretty unfortunate. That's the sort of incident that I'm not completely sure how that happened. I'm going to need to like get out the details.
What in the world?
Oh, there's a loose wheel on the rear left.
How do you have a loose
wheel? One of the wheels wasn't attached to the car on the rear left, so the thing was not going to go down a straight line.
How does that? He must have hit something before that, then, huh?
Yeah. It was on the entrance to that turn. He does a slide, slams the left rear into the wall, and then that car's not going anywhere anytime soon. Oh. And it looks like you do the inexplicable. It was on the corner entry. 255 fast repairs. Order up.
Let's go. Yes.
Please. Order up.
Oh. Does he know he's got fast repairs? Because he's not using it.
The tow takes a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. That's true.
Sub me in, coach.
Right. We should have, you know what? We should have put cars in this race, and we should have driven and commentated at the same time.
Sub me in, coach.
Oh. Daniel Farr looked like had another incident. Same turn. Nope, not quite. Uh-oh, he's headed for the fountain.
He's gonna have a nice drink from the lovely California fountain water. I say lovely. I don't know what that's like. I don't think it's safe for human consumption.
You never know. It's California. It probably is.
I mean, is there a sticker? As long as there's a sticker on the fountain that says cancer or reproductive harm, then we're covered. You know, like you have to like know these things.
Especially in California, you can believe you'd be warned there.
I mean, yeah, that's their sticker.
That is their sticker.
They're making their appearance clear. Perry's out on the track, so is Manuel Dobson. And you know what? I'm not going to count out Clayton from like next one to make a slip and slide. Yeah. You have 5 minutes to make a slip and slide. 5 minutes to make a bad one.
Well, Clayton right now is the only person, there I've said it, the only person who has not had a major incident in this race.
I was about to say Caitlin Soderholm's on the lead lap, but she's had a little spin into turn one. Thankfully, kept out of walls again, so I'd say she's holding up quite well, all things considered. A few spins are great if you keep it out of the wall.
Yes, well, let's go see. This is kind of like...
We hate doing this. We hate doing this.
We don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's not bad. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you know, it is what it is.
The car's undamaged and second place is worth points. So, you know, you go get him, soldier.
There's another goose car out there. I'm not going to mention any names. But in theory, there's a second goose car out there that apparently is... Oh! Yeah, you know it. It happens.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Do you know him?
Nah.
You know this guy?
Never heard of him. He's a struggling engineering student, I think.
Well, maybe he should think about how the engineers in his pit crew feel.
Well, they're overworked right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of work to do. This is work experience.
Yes, well, his engineers failed him clearly on the setup because they did not adapt to this. Well, in fact, let's see, what is the track temperature? That's what we need to know. Let's see what the track temperature is.
It's hot and spicy.
It is definitely hot and spicy. 79-degree air temperature, though. I mean, that's 80 degrees in California. That's pretty hot. I mean, so what is our track temperature there? 138 degrees?
This is a translation for the normal humans. It's 59 on the track. You could
That
you
honestly,
could cook on that.
that is honestly the highest track temperature I have ever seen in my life. That
And like the actual air, I've actually worked on races with higher air temperatures this week, but something about the geography here has made it all bear down on that track surface.
Where were you at?
Sanchez,
Were you broadcasting from hell?
we were Auto Club,
Oh,
daytime Auto Club.
it was that hot there?
Yes, like it was literally noon in Southern California. It's the same place.
It's the Auto Club's not that far from here.
God rest its soul.
I like Auto Club. As far as a NASCAR track running on it, I like Auto Club.
If you want to see something freaky, Production Car Challenge this season is going to the road course.
At Auto Club?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a road course.
It literally looks like one of the worst road courses ever created by man. I can't wait. That thing looks putrid.
You know how you get on your rants. I'm not a fan of Rovals. I'm really not. Daytona is obviously iconic and all that. Blah blah blah.
Charlotte's like a top 3 track for me. I'm afraid.
I hate
Charlotte's
that
like a
track.
top 3 track. That's a skill issue.
I hate whatever.
Someone can't deal with undulating car weights, and I know it's hard to get down that hill in one piece, but it's a thrill when it finally works.
How did you know that's my trouble?
Because that's where most people have their trouble.
Oh my God, I hate that turn.
And that's the best part.
But no BS. All BS aside. Okay, I don't like Charlotte. I think Daytona is overrated. I mean, I get it. And I love it for what it is, and it's the fact that it's iconic and everything. Miami Homestead, boring. I'm just not a fan of Roval.
I just think Charlotte's a really good challenge. Like Charlotte's a really good challenge.
I mean that one turn is. But
also, like, I actually kind of like the chicanes.
Well, that
chicanes.
That chicane. Well, the transition at Charlotte. Is it Charlotte or is it Miami? No, it's Miami. That the transition from the road course back onto the oval is just brutal at Homestead.
Homestead's okay. It's not like doesn't blow my mind, and it annoys me sometimes.
Isn't there a road course at Vegas too?
No, like Vegas, Kansas, and Auto Club are the ones we don't talk about because they are just like extraordinarily
that was
together.
Was that? Oh no, was that a checkered flag? It was not. We're on the white flag though. Maybe. Where's the leader at?
There was Clayton Sanchez was very, very close to making the white flag a lap sooner, but slightly slow around the track. And now behind Jessica Perry means this is going to be the white flag lap. Run around the track, the only faultless run.
If we go back to, we are live. Where are we? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it does not show white flag, so I guess we are going to have one more. Where is he at in relation to the start-finish line?
What, you don't know all of the
I do,
the marquee landmarks?
I mean, I kind of do. Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, but their time is running out. It's the 15 minutes is up in right now.
Yeah, but it throws the white flag based upon whether or not it thinks you're going to make that final lap before or after the time runs out.
Well, let's see. I think it's going to throw a checker here.
Yeah, this is checkered. Checkered's coming.
Yeah, there it is.
I see a white flag. Just, one of those slow days in the office.
Well, okay.
Clayton Sanchez, a flawless first run. Let's see how that translates. Caitlin Soderholm, I think this marks her best ever finish in any
absolutely.
Session. It's a P2
absolutely,
across the line.
Yeah, good finish. I mean, seriously. I mean, she's had a couple little incidents, but everybody in the race except for Clayton had a lot of incidents. So, well.
Oh no.
That's
for track position.
That's all right. Did she? Oh, she hadn't crossed the line yet.
No, that's for track.
Oh, no.
Caitlin Soderholm with P3 probably marks her best result.
Yeah, probably.
In a race so far.
Oh,
but
man.
That's going to be unfortunate and frustrating. And Someone even dropped the congrats half a lap early. So I'm really sorry, Jessica.
Who did that?
Yeah, Jessica dropped the congrats half a lap early. And I mean, the car's in one piece. The car's making it home. Daniel Farr's going to be counting his lucky charms. He's going to come home P2.
I know, right?
And imagine reversing this grid into turn 1. Let me put it like that.
Is it going to matter? It's 5 cars. This front stretch.
Turn 1.
Yeah, but this front stretch is so long. They'll be 2 seconds
Cars
apart.
will be in the wall.
No.
It's my guarantee.
Okay, let's see.
We get another 30 minutes of this.
Yes.
Right.
We do. And we also got a 5-minute warm-up, I believe, which I'm going to probably use. Yep, there we go. We just started a 5-minute warm-up.
I've always thought about how they could improve this legendary track, and I've come up with a really, really good idea. This track is pretty good. I very much like it, but we could tear it down and build a 2.5-mile super speedway in its place.
Yeah.
And then also,
it's only,
is
it 2.5? I think it's only 2 miles, but I might be wrong.
No, we're building a super speedway.
Right. That you mean like Auto Club?
Like that's a large oval.
Oh, you mean a super speedway? Like
I need a super speedway. Yeah, right. Because I hear that racing is better the closer the cars are. So we can also put restrictor plates on the cars to improve the racing.
Oh, you know what? They should call it iRacing Super Speedway.
We need the iRacing Super Speedway. Jessica, can we have that on the schedule? I would come back for it. Meow. That track's 3 miles. That track is like an unholy abomination to God. It's my unholy abomination to God.
It is so bad. Yeah, we did
it's an affront to nature.
Well, and a NASCAR group that you and I are familiar with, the opening race last season was there, and it was an absolute disaster.
They're doing Chicago right now. They had to turn up the fast repairs to like 3.
Man, I tell you, I did. There was a NASCAR truck race, an official NASCAR truck race that was at Chicago on the street circuits.
Yeah, I think Talon Smith won the SOF. My God.
Oh my gosh! Look, man, that track is so rough with those with the suspension in those trucks. The fixed was, the fixed was almost undrivable. If you got,
I liked being dumped by road rookies. That was really fun. I love that track, and I wish I didn't have to race against road rookies on it.
I mean, that track's fun in certain cars. But
yeah, I'm going to have to drive it, by the way, but the new Roval, it is very fun to watch. I have a feeling like it's going to kill all of my joy, by the way.
And you carry so much joy most of the time.
I carry a lot of joy for the Charlotte Roval, which is why it upsets me.
Apparently you do.
Because my favorite part of the track is turned into a hard hairpin.
Wait, what?
They did it in real life last year. They changed the Charlotte Roval, and we're getting the scan soon.
Oh no! Where's the hairpin going to be?
You didn't see?
No.
It was a great race, by the way.
No, I did not.
It was a good race when I watched it. It was like, that's a lot of fun.
Apparently, apparently over the next 4 or 5 years, I'm going to be going to a lot of races at Charlotte.
You're going to learn to love the Roval. You can see all of it from one seat, and it does race well in the Cup Series now.
Oh no, in person, I probably would. Yeah. You know, that's fine. But I've
sent you the picture on Discord. Look at that. Who did that? Look how I massacred my boy. I don't want to drive that with other people. Bye.
So, okay, so Yeah, coming down there, that's still the same. So you still take that downhill sweeper. Oh, but they, okay.
But no, like the best part was the
Yeah, yeah,
corner that they
yeah,
like squared off
yes,
completely and just
yes,
turned into like a
yeah.
U like
Well, the section right before that, that downhill where the track almost kind of tapers away from you, you know. So it's a that
they've
downhill
just turned it
turn.
into a straight line.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, has that changed? But it doesn't seem like it's
Well, like
changed.
usually it was sort of in in the double right hander. Like you sort of did it the whole way down the hill, and now you
Yes, oh,
do the
that's
right
true.
hander, and
That's
then you just
true.
go in a straight
That's true.
line down the
Yeah,
hill, and then just sort
yeah,
of
yeah. That's right. It used to go around and go
enter
back that
enter
way,
death
huh?
hairpin.
Okay.
Oh, I just heard a car crunch against the catch fence.
No, that couldn't have happened.
Now, this is a hot track, but next week it won't be quite the same because rain is guaranteed at Montreal. Listen, I'm excited for that one. What else is there other than more spinning cars?
Well, I mean, I couldn't agree more, I guess. Hey, by the way, I think we're fixing to have gridding. Look at this.
Look at that. We reversed it. Jessica Perry starts on pole next to Manuel Dodson. Clayton Soderholm, Daniel Fart, and Clayton Sanchez takes up the last place on the grid. And I have fear in my heart for what a turn one could look like around here.
They're gonna manage these track temperatures. Track temperatures are probably plummeting at this point. Let's see. Oh,
It's about fitting this many cars in.
we got 3 on the grid so far. Wait a minute, where's our?
They're all just dreading their fate.
They've got a handle on it now, I think. Oh, here we go. Why don't I take the grid off and let's go green?
Hold your breath. Hold your nose. Let's see what happens.
Oh, true.
It's the feature race. A very, very slow launch by Clayton Sanchez, and we've decided free wide down the straight is the best way to negotiate this corner.
That is the only way.
Can't even look. Manuel Dodson leads into turn one, but contact there with Daniel Farr. I think both cars are okay. Miraculously, Daniel Farr, though, takes the lead. A little bit of rattle in your son's cage, and not quite okay anymore. A spin and a toe.
But I want to point out that not a single car in the wall at turn one. I do want to point that out. Where's Daniel?
Where did I say that? Where did I say that?
You said earlier that you're guaranteed.
Okay, yeah. No, that's a really bad attempt at gaslighting. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that to an old man.
Yeah, you should.
Quite the contact with Manuel Dodson. Quite the pile drive and sent him up into the air. I actually don't know if that did more damage because he towed the car immediately upon that spin. Leave it out. That was a punt to high heaven.
Yeah, clearly it was. Oh yeah, and he bit the front wing there. So yeah, well, you got like 137 fast repairs, so why not? Oh,
yeah, there's another like 330 left at least.
Right, at least. Probably one or two more, maybe.
I'd run out.
No, I could make
I'd
it
run
run.
out.
I race this track pretty well. I like this track.
I do, and then sometimes I have bad days. I lost an entire A license in the GTPs here.
That happens.
Yeah, in those cars in general. Lots of changes coming into this season, including tyres that make the GT3s actually fun to drive, which is shocking news, given that for so long they have been bricks and boats. As well as the Ferrari Challenge car. Have you had a chance to sit down in that monster?
No, I have not yet. I did not buy it yet. But to me, I can't think of anything that sounds more exciting than a D-licensed car with 700 horsepower with no traction control and no ABS.
It has assists. It has assists. People compare it to the Porsche Cup to explain that it's different, but it has the full suite of assists.
Yes, but the Porsche Cup only has 450 horsepower. This is 700 horsepower.
You do have your traction control and ABS, but yes, I'm not looking forward to the actual quality of racing. Elbows out in that thing in D class, it's probably going to get me killed through the screen.
So you have it? You've driven it? You have it?
Yeah, it is such a fun hot lapping car, though. It is so fast. It is an absolute joy to go down any fast tracks. I proposed we had a Ferrari Challenge class to this league, and we just sort of let it run, just sort of see what happens. I'll hit the track. I'll provide a live report. You don't have to, but, you know, that's just my idea.
I like it. So Clayton back here, I guess that's Manuel. He's probably lapping because Manuel's is out of the pits, I believe, and back on track. Yep, and he got out of the way. That was good. Let's see if now he's got the second place car in his sights. Let's see if he can maybe hang on to it and put it down a few good laps. The thing is, he can be pretty quick here. I just think he didn't get enough practice, and those hot track temperatures are brutal.
That's a spin. I see a spin from Soda Home, but another one that just about saved as long as she keeps it out the wall on recovery. Yes, she did. Listen, I am no practice Andy, so I feel for the situation. You know, I certainly do. We have Daniel Farr entering pit lane. I'm trying to work out what actually caused this because it looks like he ran pretty fine. Maybe there was like a minor wall tap in somewhere, but like not a major incident on that last lap, and he's just rolling through the pits. And
drive through, maybe
like given out by admins, but certainly not assigned as a black flag in iRacing.
Oh yeah, you would have known that. That's right.
I
don't think that admins would have given.
Maybe Jessica's in the air going, "Hey, you're going to need to drive through the pits now. We won't deal with that later." That's very positive. Look, maybe
the only person she dropped the hammer on all season was herself.
Yeah, but she caused that one, so you know.
He did have a drive-through though. That was
certainly did drive through the pits without stopping. Also, a chance that Jessica just sort of went like, "You're ahead of me. Could you do the drive-through?
That could be
again anyway."
You know, right.
Exactly. 3.6 seconds. 3.6 seconds. 3.4 seconds. There's a chase on. It's on-track action. Maybe we'll talk to Daniel after the race. He'll just be like, "Yeah, I felt like it. I felt bad.
I felt like."
I also have the voice chat, and I haven't heard anything on there. So. But it means we're lining up for on-track overtake hour. Ding, 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 ding. Daniel Farr, significantly faster per lap than Jessica Perry, pushes a lot harder. He's going to need to make the on-track overtake happen in time as he catches in the coming laps.
Oh, I'm not going to do it, but I was going to open up my voice mod thing and start playing some sound effects, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, why would you do so immature?
I know. You got yours open? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
How dare you?
The goose, you know. You need the goose, though. Speaking of goose, the two gooses, or geese, either one, are running 4th and 5th currently.
Seems like a couple early mistakes have sent Caitlin down to the back, but there's plenty of room for some pretty nasty mistakes. Now Daniel Farr all over the rear wing of Jessica Perry, hoping to try and get a draft down one of these two very, very, very long straights and beat her into the turn. I almost can't look. I'm scared. You know, you're the old one that needs to hold me because I'm a little bit terrified of what's about to happen.
I'm the old one
but
that needs to hold you.
They run past a goose car on its side. We won't comment too much more on that one. Now down the back straight. The start-finish straight. Those are two words I just don't understand. the difference between. Daniel's got a good run, and he should be able to be ahead leading into turn 1.
Yes, but is Jessica gonna send it back on him? Oh nope, she's gonna put it in the wall. Oh, she didn't. Locked him up and saved it.
Whoa, that was premature of you.
It was indeed. I'm not gonna do it. Don't do it. Under no circumstances.
What are you thinking?
No, I was just gonna make a. Right, exactly. Foul.
I get the buttons.
Yes.
I get the power. Lots of drivers now just hoping to make their runs around safely. Caitlin Soderholm running through the pits, but she also doesn't look like she took serious damage. She sort of just entered the pits and left.
That was a drive-through also, probably?
No, she actually stopped the car, put it up on the jacks. No, there was damage to the left front tire. It was attached, but it sort of got bumped in by another unfortunate instance of the wall. But now she's eating a black flag on pit exit. I think she might have missed the blue line.
Well, I tell you what, this track is the pit exit here is nasty.
She stayed in the blue line and then just crossed over before exit, which is just near the very end.
So she messed it up right at the very. Let's go see. Oh, I thought she was leaving. There she goes. Yeah, I look. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was some race that I did here that I did it 3 times in a row. I was livid. Wait a minute. Oh, the red line. She didn't. Oh my goodness. Yes, just nipped the very end of the line. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did it 3 times in a row.
In California, you follow traffic rules like the Californians do, I'm afraid.
I was livid, yes, indeed. Yeah, it was bad. I was throwing a
They should make you drive on the left.
Yeah, they can't drive on the right.
I mean, look, it's very obvious, yeah? You drive on the left so you can hold your sword in your right hand, so, just to beat down bandits that are oncoming. To me, it's just obvious. We do it every day.
What does Daniel have on the side of his car? It looks like some German word.
You're going to make me go investigate it now.
Yeah, I am. It's like Katz.
Kronenborg.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. What is that?
Yeah, Kronenborg. Cats! Where did that come from?
I don't know. I'm blind. I'm old.
You're managing the cameras.
Well, can't zoom in because I'm managing the cameras.
They make a lager.
Oh, okay.
That seems like quite an old livery design. As in, that's not really what their brand looks like nowadays, but it's got that retro theming, got that retro style to it.
It does indeed. Whew, man, I tell you what, the geese are struggling. They're having a hard time flying today.
I noticed there's new text on the goose car.
Is there?
And yeah, am I allowed to swear? Because it's what the car says.
Sure.
Right on the sort of on the left and the right hand side, just behind the nose. I was trying to read it from Manuel Dodson's car, and then it span around. Like shit through a goose we drive.
Oh, that's been on there. That's not new. Yeah, oh no, that's been on there.
Well, sometimes I just don't look detailed enough.
Yeah, let me see. Let's see something. Let me do this. Hold on. What am I gonna do? Run off my two followers I have? Let's see. Let's do.
What? Just repeat it? I've already said it. You should fire me on the spot.
Oh yeah, you're fired. All right. So,
yeah, it's over.
Can't see it on that one. Oh. This is live too.
I just went into chase and then used A&D to move the camera around. It was
Well,
like
yeah.
the sloppiest way of doing it.
Well,
Show's
yeah.
over.
I could. Yeah, I don't want to do that to the viewers. I was gonna, you know. But yeah, the geese are struggling. I mean, the bottom of my list is showing nothing but goose accidents. Or geese accidents.
Manuel kept out the wall on another spin and then re-spun it when the tires got lit up. Every time I tune in, it's like I wonder where it's going to happen next. We're having slide, left iron and center. Everybody except this top two. In the long run, Daniel Farr is a lot faster than Clayton Sanchez, possibly up to 2 seconds faster.
He was in practice.
It's about 16 minutes to catch and chase and pass for the win.
Yeah, but
that would be a thrill.
What's happening to Farr is exactly the same thing that Clayton did early in the season, a couple of races. He was fast, but he would make unforced errors, and ultimately it kind of held him back. And I think that so far in this race, that's clearly what's happened to Daniel, because he was significantly faster in practice. And he's obviously posted a 1.5 seconds faster best lap in this race. But, I think little incidents just kind of keep catching him. Whereas Clayton seems to have, just kind of like found his groove finally. I wish we could get all the hot shoes together in 1 week here, Ginger and Jane and, get them all out there together and see what we got. I'm forgetting the other gentleman's name. What's his name? The one that always thanks his wife. Yeah.
The one that always thanks his wife.
Yeah, what's his name? Come on.
That's an answer.
I'm old. My memory sucks.
It's Ian Miller.
Ian, yes, thank you.
I had to look it up.
All right, so that's good. At least you were honest, because I was fixing to pull the point standings up to figure it out. You're lucky I hit the wrong button. Yes, so Ian, like Ian, Ginger, Jane, Clayton, Daniel. If we could get them all on the track at one time, it would be a blast to see who really is quicker, because
iRacing Super Speedway.
No, that's no talent involved in that.
I mean, there sure are a lot of money races that you can win a lot of money from.
Yeah,
prove it.
Yes, it's like going to Vegas. It's blind luck.
Can we do 87s on it? Maybe.
Oh my God! Can you imagine an 80s? I would do an 87 race there.
Rainbow Racing 87s. It's on. It's official. See you next week.
I own a couple of the 87s too, so I'd be down.
But do you drive the Buick?
I do not. That's the one I don't own. Actually,
that's the best one.
I own. I might only own 2 actually. I think I just own the Chevy and the Ford. The Thunderbird, I had that car in real life. I had an 88 Thunderbird, which is basically the exact same as the 87 in the race. I actually owned one of those in real life, and then
the Buick's the best one. It has overpowered BOP.
Really?
It's got at least an extra 200 horsepower.
My God! Stop! I was buying that shit for a second. Whoops.
So a bit of a wild iRacing schedule coming up. Production Car Endurance Challenge really stands out to me. They're going to Monza Combined Oval in a 2-hour multi-class endurance race. It's unhinged. They're going to my home track, Brands Hatch, in the GT series in week 3. And as I referred to, they changed the Global Endurance Tour at the last minute subtly to remove the 24-hour races and remove Le Mans. And I just assume they must have just done this entirely because they just decided that they didn't want to do it, and there was no other external factor that told them that they couldn't do it. And that's just a shame. I really want to do 24 hours of Virginia later in the season. Let me tell you that would have been wild. Imagine. But no, they just. I guess they.
I mean, look,
I guess they just chose.
Oak Tree
okay?
is very, very close to one of the most iconic turns in motorsports.
Citation needed. Not even an oak tree there anymore.
I know, that's the best part of it. It's not even a tree there anymore.
But yeah, I mean, they must have just chosen not to do the 1400 minutes of Le Mans just because, I don't know, for no real reason. You know, it's just a free choice. Just didn't want to do it.
Well, I'm not going to talk.
So
I'm not going to talk bad about Le Mans Ultimate because I love that. I love that game. I love that sim. It is.
We call that business interests.
I like it, and plus it's broadcastable.
Just like I'm killing my own right now. I'm killing them. I'm gonna bribe you to cut this out of the stream. Bribe you in 6 months.
You know, I could have a server failure and lose all these. Who knows?
YouTube ain't gonna serve a failure, unfortunately.
They could. You don't know that.
They could, but could you imagine?
I mean, it could be small and concentrated. Who knows?
Just for yours. Bye-bye.
Hey, man, we're almost at 19 minutes. We only have.
They've got a video editor. You know, you can just cut people out.
Yeah.
So if you start streams early by accident, which none of us ever do, you can just sort of like make that one not happen.
Oh yeah, ain't no telling what we said during that either.
I recall going over your son's name.
Yeah, we did. We did spend a good bit of that time on that. Thank goodness.
You're just trying to calculate whether, like, you've done anything that puts you beyond disrepute.
Well, it could be. I've gotten in trouble before in my life, so it wouldn't
I'll
be.
Just say hide the truth.
It wouldn't be. Yeah, right. Whoops! What happened?
The video editor is your friend.
Is it? I really didn't even know that existed on there. To be honest with you.
You can just take apart, just cut it out. It saved me from many a slip-up.
Yeah, well, times are tough. Might have to look into that. So Daniel is running him down.
Manuel Dodson has just eaten a black flag for incident count after another spin into the wall in the back half of the track. I just called him Manuel, which is deeply disrespectful. Manuel Dodson with the black flag.
At this point,
first one of the race.
At this point, I'm sure that he would rather that Manuel was driving the car. At this point,
it's hard out there. No practice handies. We keep rising, and I believe in that spirit.
Look at this. Oh, the track temperature's plummeting. It's down to 137 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius?
58? That's like the same.
Well, you know. It's 1 degree.
Plummeting. Plummeting.
Yes. Whew, I need a sweater.
We have to deal with hot summers here right now, and we don't believe in air conditioning.
Yes, I think that's hilarious that y'all don't have air conditioning.
Go ask Jessica, who I will publicly apologize to, thinking that complaints are about track temp. And they're actually about real world temp, which are not fun here right now. And that's on me.
What is your outdoor temperature right now?
I'm just about doxing myself.
What is it though? Seriously, like,
I'm looking it up.
You have to look it up.
When I put my name into my city's name into the search engine, I get an American city. Awesome.
Well, we'd be glad to have you.
We're about 23 Celsius.
Okay,
which
so that's
isn't evil, but we don't believe in air conditioning.
That's like 84 or 85 degrees.
We don't believe in air conditioning.
Oh, that's on y'all. You could add air conditioning to your homes, you know.
Our homes were built 10,000 years ago by cavemen.
That's not true.
Brick.
Most of that shit over there was destroyed during World War II.
And then our homes, yeah, only in like London. London got the way. And they were designed to keep the heat in during the winter with bricks, something they still fail to do in the winter, by the way.
Right.
So they just keep the heat in when you least want it in, which is now.
Yeah, but if you had air conditioning, then the bricks would keep the heat out a little bit.
I'm sure that someone will invent that here soon. Someone please invent that.
We have air conditioning.
I'm sure it's very nice.
Yeah.
Daniel Farr is looking to make the pass of the race and looking to win it with 6 minutes to go. He's been faster every single lap, and this was a little bit inevitable. But whether or not the pass gets done now is the challenge. Moves to the left-hand side. Doesn't quite get the outbreak done in time. And no, Daniel, no. That's a lock-up and a half spin. It's saved, but it's going to lose him distance. It's going to lose him time to make this chase.
Yeah, he recovered pretty well from that, though. He's about a second and a half back. That could have been worse, I have to say. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Let's do this. No, probably not that. We probably don't want that one. Maybe we'll do it this way. See how quick he can close that gap back up. Of course, his tires are probably seriously angry after that. Which that's going to take.
They get slippy, they get hot, they get upset.
Yeah, it's probably going to take a half a lap for them at least to cool back down some, especially with these kind of track temperatures. In all seriousness.
And you don't really cool things down very well in this sort of weather. Jessica Perry eating the next black flag on incident limit. That's a lot of wall taps. Oh, no, it isn't. No, Jessica Perry, I think made a mistake in pit lane, possibly speeding, because the exit looks good.
That's not good. Oh, she jumped to the pits. So she had to speed on exit.
She looked like she was running through the pit lane at a speed that is probably well above limit.
Oh, he ran into Caitlin right there, and he lost almost a full second right there. He ran up on the back of Caitlin, and he had to react to her, and he lost almost a full second right there.
The lap traffic take him away, and it might take him away enough to give Clayton Sanchez one of the easiest wins of his league.
Wow,
Sanchez
you got to give Sanchez credit. No matter how this race ends up, he ran a flawless race in race one, and he's done a fine job in this one too. If he gets overtaken by far with his clearly he's got a little more speed. Still, he's run two perfect races for himself. So, which is great to see. I mean, he really has found his form in these cars.
Pit limiter didn't activate in the Jessica Perry car, and that's a paddling in the pit box.
Yeah, it happens.
I tune into Manuel Dodson's car, and unfortunately, it's backwards. We don't need to pay too much attention because I had to cycle through the grid in order to make the way up here.
Unfortunately, it's backwards.
I don't like to see it. I don't like to see it. We're all doing our best. All doing our best. Open setups here, of course. So that sort of thing could make the difference if you set really, really aggressive aero. It's a very loose setup, the default one, on the rear. And that's really what's been causing a lot of the strife around here.
That's true.
Lift-off oversteer is very, very real in this thing. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, this is definitely one you'd like to be able to crank a little extra rear wing in it for sure. Well, these things are naturally just the straight iRacing setup is naturally
it's not
loose,
rear
right?
wing. It's not rear wing because they take corners at very low speeds. It's about some of the suspension settings that are going to change the way the car handles around here. Really, I'd set the wing lower to try and get that top end speed.
Oh, Jessica! Oh my goodness!
We didn't see that.
I mean, I don't think that was. it probably wasn't as close as I thought it was when I reacted to it, but I thought she was just going to come right over in front of him, but she didn't.
Yeah, you were catching the rejoin. Nah, that was not quite the tragedy from the other angle. It's just that this track does like to mislead, and it does sort of like to scare. Got pretty close to Daniel, but close isn't close enough.
Well,
only a couple laps to go. I'm going to check to see if the white flag comes out. It has not. 2 to go. This could give Daniel Farr the time to make the chase one last time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got a second and a quarter to make up. That's certainly doable with his additional speed. I mean, he really closes up under braking, which to me might indicate that he's driving in a little deep and not getting to run off the corners, but we'll see how that works out. Could also just mean that he's better at braking than most of the other drivers on the track today. Oh, another mistake. Golly, he got really loose there. He didn't.
Those curbs are bumpy. Those curbs are tricky.
He didn't lose much. He didn't lose much, though.
He's been fantastic at saving the car. I want to see a last lap pass attempt for the ages. He's loose again mid-corner. Still saves it. Still going.
Yeah,
1.5 seconds, though. Losing time. He only has one more lap to do this.
Yeah. I mean, that was another 2 tenths he lost right there. I mean, at this point, he can't afford. He's driving. I mean, I think he's probably driving a little too hard. Oh, that's it right there. That's done. He's done now. That. Unless there's a mistake.
This could be the lap Clayton Sanchez wrecks the car.
Well, it could be because it could be. I mean, that's the only thing that would save me at this point because you can believe Daniel Farr's tires are about freaking 400 degrees right now from them last 3 little incidents he's had. His rear tires are probably blazing right now. His front brakes are sure glowing. His front brakes are glowing pretty bright.
Hot. If he even makes it into P2, well, he's guaranteed that P2. The next car back is 3 laps back. He could park the thing right now, but any attempt to try and scare Clayton into a mistake would be very much appreciated on his end right now. We're going to give the congratulations back to Clayton for the most perfect race that has ever been raced around Long Beach. Maybe he'll have the bravery to do the same at Montreal in the soaking wet sort of track that you do race in the soaking wet. Let's be totally honest. I think that's perfectly set up, and I'm a little bit terrified.
Formula One was there. It was on full rain last year, but I think this year it's aren't they there this week?
Yes, and they did just completely remake the wet tire for these cars, so they're just going to handle very differently than they did the last time this league raced in the rain.
It's not supposed to rain. It's not supposed to rain this year, though. I don't think they're getting any rain.
Rainbow racing's all that matters in this world, and all that matters to Clayton Sanchez is his wonderful win across the line. A perfect run marks some perfect points.
It does indeed. That was quite impressive. He had two great races there. Really did. 2 fantastic races. Daniel Farr bringing it home in second place. Made it entertaining there at the end a little bit. Just a little too much, a little too many rear ends stepping out on him. Kind of kept him from catching up there.
It's good to save those mistakes. It's good to not get caught by them. But the next best thing to do is to not make the mistakes in the first place. And Daniel Farr only walked home with a P2. Everybody that even ran this is brave in these temperatures, in this car, in these sets. Let me tell you that. I was about to say I think he's having fun there, but I actually think that was actually another one.
Well, I thought he was doing a burnout, like celebrating that it was over, but I'm pretty sure that was just another spin.
Send my regards. He's a trooper. No practice, Andy is a trooper.
Yes. Yeah, you know. He tried to get on last night to practice, but the update that he hadn't done yet killed him. Because it was like a 45-minute update between all the updates they've had this week, and he hadn't done any of them.
Those fast repairs were the most blessed setup mistake I've ever seen in a lobby. I
Hey,
think
it,
that
it
was a
kept
really good idea.
it kept everybody on the track at least. When there's
It
five
kept
cars,
us all running.
we need 5 cars. We need all the cars on the track when it's 5.
Just to count
All
incidents,
right,
by the way. I hate to put someone on
let's don't
blast
do
like this,
that.
but
Let's
just to
don't.
count incidents.
Here we go.
Clayton 0, Daniel 4, Perry 4, Soda Home 6, Manuel 22.
Oh, that's all. Hey, you did all right.
That's all.
So we've got Clayton in the broadcast booth. We should pull him in. He deserves to be celebrated. So let's do that. Here we go. All right. Well,
I forgot to turn
Well,
off my
he's
entry
got his
theme.
soundtrack on
it's
for
like-
us.
I
He's got
forgot to
his-
turn off my entry
he's
theme.
got his own intro music. There we go. Yeah, you deserve it after a run like that.
That was a rough one. The track was really hot. Conditions were rough. It was really easy to overheat the tires. Daniel was well over a second faster than I was. So it was all I could do to just try to keep it on the track, keep it out of the walls, keep it consistent, and then knew when he caught me, I had to defend for my life to hold on.
But you did all of those things. Congratulations.
It worked out. Thank you guys. It was a good one overall. It was I definitely feel pretty good on the holding it together. I had a few moments in there for sure, but that's what racing's all about.
I'm sure Howie has questions. Fire away, Howie.
Indeed. Only driver that kept out of the walls for the entire length of that feature. Some may say that just got you over the line alone, but you had to be fast enough to hold on with fire all over the rear. How scared were you?
He was flying. I was very worried that I wasn't going to be able to hold him off. I went defensive very early. I was not going to give him any inside lines. No real chances. I was going to make him work for it. But I knew if he could get close enough, it was going to be very tough to keep him behind. But I think the conditions helped a little bit. I was able to watch him slowly catch up and not overwork the tires to try to keep it a bit more, keep a little bit of more tire underneath me when he got closer, because he just had flat out more pace than I did. But it was a good one when he did catch up. It was fun.
Well, that was a slippy dry track, but next week a slippy wet track, probably slippier. New F4 wet tire. Do you have any interest in showing up to that one?
I plan to be there. I do enjoy
do you have
the
any
rain.
plans to keep it on the track?
I'm gonna try. I do enjoy the rain. I'm not as good in it in these Formula cars, but we'll have to do some learning this week and get it figured out.
I wonder if Jane is going to show up next week, because if you remember, we had that rain race earlier, and she actually did very well in the rain. She maintained her car very well.
Oh yeah.
I can't. That's what I keep telling Howie. I can't. I wish we could get all of the faster drivers on the track at one time. I would love to see you, Ian, Daniel, Ginger, Jane, all in one race together. You know what I mean? It would just be.
It would have been.
Yeah.
It'd be a really good race. It'd be a lot of back and forth.
We just don't seem to have. Everybody has something going on. I think it may possibly this time slot. Saturday nights over in the UK is people do things with their family, their friends, whatever. And in the United States, you're in the middle of Saturday afternoon in America here, and this is a time where it's summertime. People go to the beach, the river. They do things like that. I just sporting events, what have you, kids' soccer games, whatever it may be. Maybe look at a different time slot. I don't know, but
yeah, hard to say. I think in the summertime it's always tough. As soon as it warms up, everyone's out doing stuff all the time. So I've noticed through multiple games of like playing Destiny, Final Fantasy, as soon as the summer rolls around, participation for anything and everything drops just because everyone's busy. It's nice outside. People want to be outside doing stuff.
Have you heard of a little game called Mario Kart World? I hear it's making iRacing quake in its boots. That's all I'll say.
I have not, but I'll have to check it out.
That's the
Amazed
new
I
one,
could drag
right?
myself away. It's amazed I could drag myself away to even do any iRacing in the last couple of weeks, to be honest.
Is that the new one that just dropped?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know my son's been
Looking forward to
playing the hell out of it.
looking forward to iRacing on Switch too. It's coming.
No, it's not. Stop.
Well, it's not announced, but you know, I bet you it's coming.
I've seen you broadcast from a Switch practically.
No, that was from a very. I actually did try setting up my broadcasting setup on that thing, and it couldn't handle that. You could just do the mic.
That's all right. It worked out nice. Don't we have to do one more like that this year? You said.
It depends.
Okay.
It's gonna depend.
But anyway, Clayton, congratulations. You really seem to have found your groove over the last two races. You know, you were relatively quick most of the early part of the season, but you kept making little unforced errors here and there that just kind of bit you and kept you from winning. And
I will say those first couple tracks I didn't know as well. I didn't have as much time on those early tracks, so
definitely makes
was
a difference.
trying to find the limit while in the race is never a good time.
No, you know, there's what's cool is that you can go to the track like the days before the race and you make laps and they call it practice. And
yeah, that would be a good idea.
It helps tremendously. It helps tremendously. It's amazing. The more laps you get.
It's definitely something that would help me out.
But no, seriously though, you do seem to have found your groove a little bit, and your consistency has gotten much better. And you know, I think it's going to speak well for you. You got a points lead already. Certainly, you increased it today. You know, and the way people are missing races and stuff like that. And if you keep showing up, I got a feeling that you certainly are, you know, the favorite to win the championship at this point. So,
well, I plan on being as many of them as I can be, and then.
Well, you got anybody you want to thank before we get out of here?
I'm gonna toss one out to Rainbow Racing and for putting this on, and then Savage Sim Racing for taking me in when I first started and helping me get to where I'm at now.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you again next week. Bring your
Have
rain gear.
Will do.
All right, Howie. Give me some final thoughts.
That was a little bit wilder than I thought it would be, but then maybe I don't know what I expected. I woke up out of my beauty sleep in order to witness some Rock'em Sock'em Formula 4s, and I might have to return in order to try and process everything that just happened in my brain.
Yes, it's probably not a good idea though at this time of the evening to be going down for a nap. You know, then that's just going to mess your sleep pattern up.
I'm on American sleep time, so you know.
Well, it's nap time.
I'm like
for sure.
bending time and space.
Well, you know, I have nothing to say to that. All right, man. It was another fun one. I'll see you next week. Can't wait. Thanks again for
Yippee!
Control
and thanks to all the drivers, as ever, for showing up and making it. Happy Pride! We finally get one in Pride.
That's
it only took half of the season, but it lines up well enough.
So is Pride all month this month? I thought Pride month was like in October. Why am I thinking that?
No, it's in June.
Oh no, Pride October.
I was born in June, so
that's perfect.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that line up.
So, but anyway, yes, thanks for the drivers that show up, and for those of you that are drivers or wanting to participate in this league that aren't showing up, be there next week. Let's have some fun in the rain in Montreal. So, Howie, thank you. Thanks everyone for watching.
You'll leave you to sign out.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. We'll see you guys next week, and hopefully in between then we'll see you on the track. We'll see you next week.